Collective bargaining is the process that leads to the creation of a collective agreement between the union and its employers. The purpose of the collective agreement is to have the basis of rights that every member of the union shares and is entitled to individually. Rights! Yeah! It's basically a contract that's in force for every casual employee. AMUSE has two bargaining units. Unit A comprises of casuals working on campus in various odd jobs, such as at the bookstore, lifeguard, referees, ushers at Moyes Hall, all of those kind of things. Unit B is made up of floor fellows. Unit A and B have different collective agreements and therefore different rights, but they're both members of AMUSE.
AMUSE!
AMUSE! The collective agreement is agreed upon through a process called collective bargaining, and when it's signed, it is in force for a certain amount of time. Our first collective agreement, Unit A's, was signed on April 20th, 2012 and expired on April 20th, 2015. However, it is still in force until our next collective agreement is signed between McGill and AMUSE.
The collective bargaining process has two teams at the table, each with 5 representatives. One is McGill's, coming from management positions across the university and the central HR department. The other is the union's. The union's bargaining team is elected at the General Assembly and is made up of executives, board members, and a representative from our parent union, the Public Service Alliance of Canada.
At the beginning of negotiations, each side presents all of the changes that they want to make to the past collective agreement. The sides review the changes and enter into debate on each one individually. This process can take a very long time, sometimes upwards of a year. But if the negotiating teams feel that the process isn't moving forward in any kind of productive way, then members can go on strike in order to demonstrate their collective will.
A strike is a strong way to send a message to the employer, in this case McGill, through collective action. It is a legally protected right that can be used when members' demands are not being respected, or if what the employer offers at the bargaining table will hurt union members. For a strike to take place, it must be voted upon by the members in a General Assembly, and then it must be respected by all members of the bargaining unit. Quebec also has what is called an anti-scab law, meaning that an employer is also legally required to respect a strike by not allowing potential strike breakers onto their work sites. Members of MUNACA, the permanent employees union on campus, went on strike in 2011 in order to settle the issue of their salary scale by putting pressure on the university to negotiate towards a mutually agreeable solution. Strikes cannot take place after a collective agreement is signed and can only happen during the collective bargaining negotiation process.
Although most of the bargaining process is confidential, the negotiating team works hard to abide by the priorities that members initially set out for it at the general meeting. So you can rest assured that they're working hard to get us the rights that we deserve.